Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Between Bells on Cheddar News. I'm Baker Machado in New York, and celebrity chef Marcus Samuelsson, known for his unique cooking and his techniques. But besides being a master in the kitchen, he's also a huge advocate for supporting up-and-coming chefs in the industry, and he's also no stranger to giving back. Now, Chef Samuelsson is participating in Faldo and Friends Celebrity Golf and Tennis Tournament. This is going to raise money for families struggling to keep food on the table, and all the proceeds from the tournament are going towards City Harvest. That's New York City's largest food rescue organization. So joining us now here on Cheddar News, chef and author, Mr. Marcus Samuelsson himself. Chef, great to have you back here on Cheddar News. During the pandemic, you gave out a ton of free meals to those in need from your amazing restaurant, Red Rooster in Harlem, which I highly recommend our viewers go to. Why is it so important for you to get involved with this golf tournament and continue this?
Well, first of all, anytime we can help New York City in any way you can, you should. It's the greatest city in the world. And we're fortunate to, and it's going to take all of us to really come back from the pandemic and slowly walk out of it. The hospitality industry was very much hurt, but our customers was really with us on the journey. They were amazing. They bought, so many different things. They engaged with the restaurant, and I just feel like I want to give back at this very, very difficult time. So anytime you can see some great friends like Jeffrey Zakarian and other great chef friends and be with icons like Nick Faldo, you should do it, right? And to do it with golf and tennis and it supports City Harvest, you should definitely take that opportunity. I can't thank enough to all the chefs that are part of putting this together and make this a special day and raise a lot of money for City Harvest.
Yeah, so a lot of these chefs are going to be bringing some really good signature dishes here, Marcus. So I'm curious, as somebody who has been to Red Rooster, has tried a lot of your dishes, what are you going to bring?
Listen, I'm going to stick with the cornbread, and hopefully have fun on the tennis court. And it's a great way also for us as chefs to get together. We all have as both scars and stories from this past year where we lost people in the hospitality industry. I know every restaurant in New York City helped out and did what they could in our community. We were fortunate enough to work with World Central Kitchen and have organizations like City Harvest. So, this is what makes the city so great. I can't wait to see my colleagues again and eat some good food and have some fun, but also raise money.
Marcus, you mentioned just a moment ago, obviously much of the city and the restaurant industry in particular decimated by the pandemic. Now we have the new vaccine mandate, especially throughout the whole city, to go to a lot of restaurants to show your vaccine, or to proof of your vaccination here. What's your thoughts on that? Are you thinking that this is going to be a good boon because people will feel safe to go back out into restaurants?
I think it's a step in the right direction. It's I don't know if it's a boom is the right word. I think there is a lot of humility in working together and staying open on what is the best idea, what is the latest great idea, right? Because this is going to hurt. We still don't have the full solution. We have Band-Aids and we have vaccines, which are great and helped a lot, but we don't have the full solution yet. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope fall will be great, and a step in direction for us is that, New York opening back up, doing the Met Gala, bringing people together from all over the country and things like that shows the world that New York City is back. But I'm also, it's about humility and being cautious because we've all felt the optimism and then 2 weeks later we have to change it again. So I have huge amount of respect for the Delta area. So I'm cautious.
Yeah, so let's talk about it a little bit more, because I know the city is very near and dear to you, Marcus. You're actually having a virtual sort of conference with the Democratic mayoral nominee, Eric Adams, tomorrow. What sort of things are you hoping to sort of talk about with the potential future first mayor here? And also, what kind of vision do you sort of see New York moving to sort of get this place back up and thriving again?
Well, I think, first of all, to get the city back together, it's a huge challenge, something that we probably haven't seen since, 9/11, actually. I mean, coming into the 20th anniversary of the horrific event. But being there, I remember all the communities have to work together. And, I live in Harlem and the pandemic has hit Harlem really, really hard. but also see some of the best community activities ever. You know, my neighborhood and a lot of neighborhoods are taken over by the citizens and trying to provide the best for kids and trying to create these pod environments so kids can have somewhat normal summer. So it's steps like that. You know, obviously for me, it's very important that as many people as possible can really be helped and supported. I think about small businesses, family businesses, that really is the heartbeat of our city, right? We know that the pandemic has impacted Black and brown communities very different. 40% of Black and brown businesses will now open back up because of the pandemic, right? So we have to figure out how can we support Black and brown businesses so the family businesses can stay together, not just restaurants, the hair salons, all the different things that makes a great neighborhood. So it's about job creation and working together.
Absolutely, and let's talk about Black-owned businesses here as well, because you're teaming up with Pepsi, this for a docu-series that's going to spotlight a lot of Black-owned businesses and restaurants out there. As somebody who's looking at this from afar, I feel like we've seen this huge rise in African cuisines. I saw a lot of stuff on Top Chef over the last year. There's been a lot of interest in African restaurants as well. So what does the Black culinary tradition mean to you, and also in terms of this new culinary ideal that people are now experiencing?
You know, the one thing that is great with New Yorkers and Americans in general, we're very curious. We're not afraid of trying things that could be new to some, but have been there for thousands of years. And African cuisine has been with us for thousands of years. You know, thinking about grains like teff that you can from Ethiopia, they now can find in Whole Foods, for example, right? But I think it's about New Yorkers are curious. I think that Black cooking in general is something that, you know, I did a book called The Rise about it. We want to highlight Black chefs. And what we're doing together with Pepsi, it's another step in that direction where we're highlighting 4 iconic businesses throughout the country. It's Slutty Vegan in Atlanta. You think about an iconic Ben's Bowl, Chili Bowl in Washington, D.C., Red Rooster in Miami, and so on. It's about storytelling of Black family businesses. So when we start to travel again, that we know, like a passport, like I know this place in Miami, I know this place in Washington, D.C. I want to go and support, whether it's corporate money there or my personal money there. So these businesses stays in our community because we have to narrow the wealth gap, and we also have to make sure that these family businesses stays in business, because otherwise you're going to have a really, really even harder time in urban America.
Absolutely. Marcus, always good to have you here on Cheddar News. We always appreciate your time. That's celebrity chef and author Marcus Samuelsson. The Faldo and Friends Celebrity Golf and Tennis Tournament taking place August the 23rd, and you can donate or purchase tickets by going to cityharvest.org.